Hello, everyone. Welcome to Live at 5 here at Broadway.com. It is Tuesday, September 17th. I'm Beth Stevens.
And I'm Ryan Lee Gilbert.
And we're here in the studio with Ms. Caitlin Moynihan.
Hello.
And her jazz hands.
Yes.
And we're super excited because one of our favorite Broadway divas is here today.
Yes, we have Carolee Carmello here with us today.
Oh, applause,
She's
yes.
leading the tour of Hello, Dolly
Come
all
on.
across the country. Very exciting stuff. Yes.
Very exciting stuff. We will get to Ms. Carmello very shortly, but first, our top 5.
Another play revival has been announced for this upcoming season.
Yes, this is a big one. Lawrence Fishburne and Sam Rockwell are coming back to Broadway. They are going to start in David Mamet's 1976 play American Buffalo. Neil Pepe will direct the production. If you're not familiar with American Buffalo, it follows a trio of small-time crooks who come to blows over a plan to steal a valuable buffalo nickel. Fishburne, who won a Tony for his Broadway debut in Two Trains Running and was recently on Broadway in 2008 in Thurgood. He will be playing He will be playing Donnie. Sam Rockwell will be portraying Teach, and he was last seen on Broadway in Fool for Love, but he was also here in a behanding in Spokane. He won an Oscar for 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, and he's right now, for not much longer, but he's a current Emmy nominee for Fosse Verdon. Now, he's
playing
going
Bob
into the home
Fosse,
stretch.
Emmy
Yes,
winner.
absolutely. Production dates, additional casting for American Buffalo will be announced soon, but previews are set to begin in March of 2020, and opening night is set for April 14th at a venue to be announced. So some things still coming, yes, but a very starry show.
This Broadway diva is coming home for another solo concert engagement.
Hallelujah. Kristen Chenoweth is coming back to the Broadway. The pocket-sized diva is going to play, that's what she calls herself.
She does,
The pocket-sized diva is going to play the Nederlander Theater on my birthday. You didn't need to know that part.
Aw.
From November 8th to the 17th, my birthday isn't that whole time, but it's in there.
We
That's all we're
celebrate.
saying.
We celebrate
We're
every
going to celebrate
day.
Whole
the whole
time.
month. She's calling the concert for the girls.
Love it.
But I think you can get a ticket if you try.
I'll try, yeah.
It's based on her new album For the Girls, and it's her personal tribute to music's most passionate women who have influenced her into becoming the accomplished Broadway star she is today. Do I need to tell you her credits? I do not.
No.
She is a Tony winner.
If you don't know
Go
who
to
she
the
is, you
Nederlander
shouldn't be
Theater
watching this.
in November. Yeah, what are you doing here?
Amazing. Yes, and this 3 original stars are reuniting for this special 15th anniversary reunion.
Wow.
I know. It's so exciting. We're talking about Brooklyn, of course, and they are going to be having a one-night reunion concert, and we are talking about Eden Espinosa in the title role, Karen Olivo as Faith, and Ramona Keller as Paradise. It is a benefit for the Covenant House Foundation, which is an incredibly worthy cause. This will be the 15th anniversary of the show's Broadway opening night. That is nuts to think about it. So October 21st is what we're talking about. 7:30. It's happening at Brooklyn Steel, which is one of my favorite concert venues here in the city. So great. It features a book and a score by Mark Schoenfeld and Barry McPherson. Brooklyn centers on a young girl from Paris whose search for the father she never knew lands her in America in the city that bears her name, Brooklyn. The music in this show is gorgeous.
belting.
Yeah.
And they had that trash bag. Do you remember the gown?
I do, yes. It's so good. And these 3 women are ridiculously
I was only 2 when it came out.
talented. That's right.
I was very young, but I remember
But
the
you
gown.
really appreciate
The costumes were amazing.
Certainly.
Yes, and it looks like I'm going to go to Chicago for the very first time to go see this world premiere.
Okay, we already knew that The
Yeah.
Devil Wears Prada
Come
musical
on.
was on its way, but now we have a world premiere set. It will play at Chicago's James M. Nederlander Theater. The production will run from July 14th, 2020 through August 16th. Of course, then it's going to move on to The Great White Way, we predict.
Yes.
We're predicting such a thing.
for sure.
It's based on Lauren Weisberger's best-selling 2003 novel, and of course, you all know the movie with Meryl Streep, et cetera, et cetera. So look for that. Anna D. Shapiro will direct. Features a book by the very funny Paul Rudnick, music by Elton John, and lyrics by Shana Taub.
I can't wait.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a creative team, right?
Yeah, no kidding.
So good. And Virginia Woolf has found a home.
That's right. Yes, the star-packed revival of Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf. We have known that it is going to begin previews on March 3rd of 2020, and it will open on April 9th, but we didn't know where that was going to happen, and now we do. It's happening at the Booth Theater, which, funny enough, the last time there was a revival of Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, that was also at the Booth
It's
Theater.
perfect
so
for it.
it just bodes well for it. Yes, of course, this stars Laurie Metcalf, recently announced Rupert Everett stepping in for Eddie Izzard, Russell Tovey and Patsy Farron, who's making her Broadway debut. She won an Olivier over there for it. This production, will be here soon. It's directed by Joe Mantello. We're very excited to see it. We're happy to know it has a home. Also on the site, guys, it's the final episode of Seize the Day-O from
Beautiful.
Leslie Kritzer.
Okay, wait. This is very special.
This is the craziest thing I've ever
I'm
seen.
not going to give anything away, but
No.
Madge, the character of Madge that Leslie Kritzer has
Just
created,
gifted
has
to
gifted
us.
us,
Yeah.
takes a trip to the upper recesses of the Winter Garden Theater.
Yeah.
Which maybe Carolee Carmello knows about. We'll get to that in a second.
But it's
And there are a couple of cameos. One by Betty Buckley, which we have another connection here. One by
Yes.
Ken Page. That's all I'm going to say. Maybe you know the connection.
I think the
maybe
most
you don't.
epic vlog episode ever.
Check that out,
It's
people.
pretty incredible.
Check it out.
Photos of the American Theater Wing Gala happened. We have full photo coverage of that. And Mary-Kate Morrissey is going to be playing Janice in the national tour of Mean Girls, and we have a clubbroadway.com of her singing I'd Rather Be Me. And it's phenomenal.
Gorgeous voice.
So incredible. But check all that out in a little bit. I am going to get out of here
Thank you,
because
Ryan.
this is Carolee Carmello's seat that I'm taking up.
Yes.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Caitlin, will you please tell us a little bit more about our guest?
Gladly. Yes, we have Miss Carolee Carmello here with us in the studio today because she's about to hit the road as Miss Dolly Levi and Hello Dolly on the national tour. She's a Tony nominee for her turns in Parade, Lestat, and Scandalous, and has been in 14 Broadway productions. She is an icon and a legend, and I really can't believe that she's here with us today. You guys follow her on social media at Carolee Carmello. Leave all of your questions in the comments below. And everyone, please welcome Carolee and Beth. Yay!
Thank you, Caitlin. Very nice. Thanks,
we
Caitlin.
have to clap for you because
We have to clap.
You're here. We love you.
Welcome.
Thanks. I love you guys too. Hi, everybody. So, you're going to get to play Dolly Levi. This is a big role. This is, okay, let's just think about this for a second. Just recently.
just lay the
this
pressure
production.
on, Beth.
Just lay the, so we've got Bette Midler, Bernadette Peters, Donna Murphy, Betty Buckley. Icons of the theater.
Yes, not to mention
It works. It all
Carol
makes
Channing and Madeline
I was
Kahn and
just doing
Pearl
this
Bailey
production.
and
Yeah, we could go
Yeah,
backwards.
there's a lot of
No
history
pressure.
here.
No pressure.
I know.
So what's your history with Hello Dolly?
I don't remember much about seeing it as a kid except the movie, the Barbra Streisand version, which I'm sure everyone has seen. But I never saw it on stage until I saw Betty Buckley do it. So
Wow.
there
That
you
was
go.
your first time.
That was my first time ever seeing it on stage.
And then did you go and talk with Ms. Buckley afterward?
Yes, she gave me lots of pointers. Thank you, Betty. And I asked her lots of questions, and she was very generous. So hopefully she's smoothed the way for me.
She
and
paved the way.
Yeah.
So what were some of your questions and what were some of her hot tips?
Well-
we want to know the real dirt.
my first question was about there's a scene in the show that if you saw it in New York, you probably remember where Dolly is eating all this food at
Oh,
the
yes.
Harmonia Gardens, and my first question was, "What are you eating during that scene?"
That's an excellent question. What are you eating
We're
during
not
the
allowed
scene?
to talk about it. It's secret. But
But are you really
it's-
gargling gravy? That's all I really want to know.
I'm really gargling something.
Okay, that's good enough.
We'll take it.
So you got to find out the secrets of the sisterhood of Hello Dolly.
Yes,
That
and
we're
they
not
won't
gonna
let
get
me
to
talk
know.
about. Yeah, I'm sorry, but
It's
it's not
theater
pleasant.
magic.
Put it that way. It's not pleasant.
Oh, but you look like
Yeah.
you relish it when you do it.
Exactly, that's the acting part. Yeah.
That's where that comes in. And so you're going to be on stage with John Bolton. Who's
Yes.
one of the, not the former National Security Advisor. John Bolton of Anastasia
Although he
fame.
will have a mustache, so maybe people might get confused.
He was a wonderful guy. Have you guys
Yes,
talked
we
at
had.
all?
We've been rehearsing, but we had never worked together. And it's, we're kind of the same age, and we've been in the business for 30 years, and so it was weird that we had never crossed paths before. But we have so many friends in common, and he's delightful, and he's going to be really funny and charming as Horace Van de Gelder.
Horace Van de
So
Gelder.
we're looking forward to it. Yeah.
When was the last time you went on tour?
About
National tours are big.
25 years ago, because I have children, and my youngest just went off to college. Shout out to Ethan Edelman at Pitt.
Ethan. Double E.
That's right. So now I have an empty nest, and I can go and play
So
shows all
what
around
did you
the country.
tour 25 years ago?
Well, let's see. I did a tour of Les Mis. I did a tour of Big River. I did a tour of falsettos, a couple tours of falsettos. I feel like there was
Do you
another
remember
one.
the feeling of
Chess?
touring? Oh.
Chess with
She only
Stephen
does the good shows,
Bogartis
you know.
and
Yeah,
John
come on.
Herrera. How could I forget that? And Barbara Walsh. Yeah, it was a great
stuff.
Great, fun time. I loved doing that.
So tell me some of the places you're going to go.
So we start in Kansas City at the Starlight, which is interesting because it's an outdoor theater, which
And what time of year will this be?
next week.
Perfect. No, perfect for apple
Next week
picking
time of year.
or
Yeah.
performing outside.
Yeah. But come see it because you'll get to see us sweat up close and personal.
That's what we all want.
And then St. Louis and Oklahoma City, we get
Are
really
these
in
places
the heart.
you've been before?
Yes, but not for a long time.
This also probably won't be for very long. But
Yeah, that's true. I think we're 2 weeks in St. Louis. I think 1 week in Oklahoma City. But the heartland of America, which is great because this is such a sort of appealing show to so many different kinds of people, and I think that
it's so classic. It just transcends generations. Everybody wants to see it, and it moves everybody.
it does. But it's also just lighthearted, which I feel like the country really needs right now.
Right.
Just something that's joyful and celebrates love, and
And gorgeous costumes.
and oh my God, Santo Loquasto costumes that are just unbelievably beautiful. Yeah.
And you love a little corset situation. I've seen you in a couple
women
things
of a
with
cinch.
it.
age, we all love a little cinch.
Big hat moment. You can feel it.
Yes, it
Yes.
balances out the hips. Yeah.
I didn't say that at all. I didn't say that at all.
I know
You
what
have
meant, Beth.
so many fans. I can see.
I am
Caitlin
scrolling.
Oh,
So let's
really?
take
Oh.
some questions.
Hi,
Girl, we have
everybody.
so many questions. Yes. So you guys kind of talked about this a little bit, but Allison wants to know what is you just most excited about getting to tour again and be out on the road? What's getting you excited?
I guess meeting people from different parts of the country. I mean, having done Broadway shows for 30 years, you meet great people at the stage door who have made a trip to New York and spent a lot of money on a Broadway show, and that's wonderful. But it's so nice to go to the towns where these people live and to really bring Broadway theater to them, and I think that's what I'm looking forward to most, just seeing people, in their natural habitat.
Seeing them where they live. Also, Hello Dolly is a favorite of community theaters and schools. You might meet some Dollys out there.
I bet you I will. I bet you somebody will come in costume. I'm betting it now.
Actually, guys, if you could just put on your costumes and go see Hello Dolly on tour, that would really make everyone stay. Do that.
I promise to take a picture with you at the stage show if you do that.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Hope wants to know, what are you most looking forward to about being able to actually play Dolly? Because she's such kind of like a musical theater character icon. What are you most excited about?
The writing is so good. It's Thornton Wilder book, all these great monologues that she has, and it's so funny. And Jerry Zaks, as you know, is like the king of comedy timing, so he's been coaching us about how to land all these wonderful lines and make everybody laugh. And I love doing comedy, so I think that's what I'm most looking forward to.
She gets to do a little bit of everything. She gets to touch our hearts. She
It's
gets
true.
to dance. And she makes us
The
laugh.
dancing part,
And she
I'm
gets-
nervous about.
You are.
Yeah, I'm not a dancer. I'm a.
She moves
I
well.
move.
She
Thank
moves
you.
well.
Thank you. That's generous. We'll see how well I move, but I'm trying. I'm giving it the old college try. But yeah, you're right. It's not just a waka waka comedy role. It's also very touching and romantic and heartfelt, and yeah, it's just lovely.
And you get some serious diva moments. Let's just face it.
Yes.
Which I know, you're not clamoring for them, but you just are naturally good at it. That's your natural habitat. The diva.
Coming down the staircase.
Yes. Coming down a staircase in a gorgeous gown. That's Carolee Carmello's natural habitat.
Wow,
So
thanks.
good.
I don't know if that's true, but thank you, Beth.
Close.
Nathan wants to know if there's a song that you're just excited to be able to sing in Dolly all the time. What is there a song you're like, yes?
I mean, Before the Parade Passes By is pretty spectacular. And I was just listening right before I came here. The ensemble was rehearsing their vocals, which they sing, behind me as I'm singing like these big notes. And it's just so thrilling because they're right on stage behind me. And you just get this wall of sound from the ensemble singing with these glorious voices and this wall of sound from the orchestra, which, not everybody gets to hear a live orchestra. That's the other part of touring that I think is wonderful, because you bring these wonderful musicians to all these towns across the country. So, so standing in the middle of that and singing that song with this sound and that sound, it's pretty thrilling.
Love that. Okay, so we have another question. Mario wants to know, what have you seen as the biggest difference over the years of Broadway? You've been able to be in so many incredible Broadway shows. Like, how has it been for you to be able to see kind of so many years of like the Broadway community as an actress?
What's changed?
Mario,
what's
are you
changed?
saying I'm old? Is
No,
that what you're saying?
Mario. No, just kidding. Just kidding.
What's changed? Wow. The unfortunate thing that's changed is that it's so expensive now. I always feel really awful, because it's such a wonderful art form, and I want everybody to be able to see it. And it's gotten really expensive, which is unfortunate. But the wonderful thing that's changed, I guess, is that so many great people are attracted to it, and there's
Do you feel
wonderful
like the interest
artists.
level has gone up?
Yeah, I do. I really do. I mean, there's definitely ebbs and flows to this business, as with any, but yeah, I do feel like right now we're at a place where people get excited about new projects, and they don't just want to see, the same old. I mean, I'm doing a great revival, but there's lots of new projects that you were just talking about.
I think theater nerds have rejoiced in their theater nerddom.
Yes.
They're going to
Yes.
dress up and go see Hello, Dolly on the road.
I hope so.
Please I don't
do
think that
it.
happened 20 years ago. I could be wrong.
No, I think you're right. I mean, even just the crowds at a stage door. When I first started doing Broadway shows, you maybe got 1 or 2 people waiting afterwards. Now, there could be 100 when you come out. It's just become this kind of expected thing that you get to meet, the stars of the show afterwards. And
What was the first Broadway show you ever saw?
Ain't Misbehavin',
Oh,
which
that's a
is
good
kind
one.
of an interesting first show for me. But I was in college, and I was up in Albany, New York, and we drove down for the day and saw that one.
Not bad at all. Not bad at all.
Bad at
Some
all.
great singing.
Oh, yeah.
Love it. So Caitlin, actually, she wants to know, what roles do you gravitate towards? Like, when you're trying to figure out what your next project is, what do you look for in a role?
Redheads. I would say redheads. I could be wrong about that.
A good wig.
I mean, you've played so many roles.
Yeah.
So many different kinds of roles.
Yeah, I like the variety. Like, I wouldn't want to just say one particular kind attracts me, because I really like the variety of, going from playing a serious sort of evangelist to playing a vampire to playing, a telephone operator to a grandmother to, I love that. I love that.
I love
it
that's
doesn't
your
get
range.
boring.
Serious evangelist to vampire. That's the Carolee Carmello range. I mean,
to
it works.
kosher caterer to
To the lesbian next door. That's
Exactly.
what we're talking about. That's amazing.
I love that. We can do one more question.
Okay, one more question.
And this is actually from me, just because all these comments are just people saying how far they're traveling to come see you and
Oh,
Hello,
really?
Dolly. And it's
Oh,
very
that's
sweet and
nice.
kind. And I want to know, how does that make you feel, knowing that all these
Oh.
people are traveling to come see you and Hello, Dolly?
I love that. I'm so glad you guys are coming. Thank you. I can't wait to meet everybody, and I hope that they will feel that the trip was worthwhile. I mean, the show is so beautiful. You guys know, you saw it in New York, but if you haven't seen clips of it from New York, I think you'll really be thrilled. And it's a wonderful cast, and we have lots of new people going into the company, so there's going to be lots of energy and, fresh sort of outlook on the show, and I'm thrilled that everybody's coming to see it. Thank you. Thanks for making the drive.
Yeah, pack up the car. Don't forget the costumes. And go see Carolee Carmello starting where?
Kansas City
Kansas
Starlight.
City next week.
Yeah.
Outdoors, you
September
can see her
25th.
sweat. Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you for coming in, Carolee.
Thanks for having me.
I feel like I need to go on a road trip. We
Okay,
need to go.
Let's
Come
go.
on.
Let's go. Let's go
Fine
to the
by
heartland.
me. Fine by me.
Oh, well, Caitlin, will you take us on out?
Yes. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. We are live at 5 every single weekday here on Facebook. You can listen to us wherever you get your podcasts by searching for #live@5 and hitting that subscribe button. Be sure to tune in tomorrow, and we talk to American Idol winner Nick Fradiani, who's about to take off in the Bronx Tale National Tour.